I couldn't believe this. I thought I was just logging in for a chill gaming night, but no, of course not. The universe decided I needed chaos. And apparently, I needed it delivered by some random stranger in a video game. So there I was, loading up my favorite adventure game. I'd had a long day. Just wanted to unwind, run around, maybe grab some coins, and laugh at the NPCs falling into lava. Because apparently physics doesn't exist in this world, my character, fully decked out in glittery pink armor, bounced into the first town, humming a song I probably shouldn't admit I liked. Totally normal start. Totally calm, totally about to be destroyed. And then I saw her. Or him? Or it? I don't know. Okay, it was just a random player. But they were stuck in some ridiculous corner. Like, you know when a game glitches and someone's character is literally halfway inside a wall? Yeah, that was them. Okay, I thought, I can help this person. I am a hero. I am generous. I am... And then I tripped over an invisible rock. Typical. Anyway, I ran over, trying to act casual. Hey, do you need help? I typed in chat. My heart was racing. Not because of danger or enemies, oh no. I wasn't that lucky yet, but because I was already imagining the epic story. I would tell my friends later. Girl helps random stranger, epic save ensues. She's basically a legend. And then I fell. Straight into a pit. Classic. My character flailed dramatically, arms windmilling like some sort of digital bird. I looked up. The stranger? Standing there, laughing. In chat, just typing LOL over and over. I couldn't believe this. Literally, I had just risked my life for them. And this was my reward. Then things got really fun. If you consider near-death situations fun. Because suddenly, without warning, a horde of enemies spawned. I mean, not a few goblins or one slightly scary wolf. No, a literal army. And they were heading straight for me. My instincts kicked in. Run! I typed frantically. My fingers were shaking as I spammed keys to dodge, jump, and occasionally slide. My pink-armored self was zigzagging like a caffeinated squirrel. And the stranger? Still laughing. Just standing there. Typing. Good luck. I couldn't even. So I grabbed the nearest power-up I could find. Maybe a shield? Maybe a magic rocket. Who knows? All I knew was that this was my chance to save both of us. I activated it, expecting glorious hero energy to envelop me. Instead, it launched them into a wall. Full spin, legs flailing, head bouncing off the digital brick. I gasped. I literally gasped. I couldn't believe this. We went from allies to total chaos in 2 seconds flat. I stopped. Took a deep breath. Tried to collect myself. But of course the game wasn't done. Oh no, it had more tricks. Suddenly we were transported, don't ask me why. I still don't understand game logic, to a minigame I didn't even know existed. A racing track. With platforms that wobbled like gelatin. Why? Who designed this? I looked at my chat. See you at the finish line, typed the stranger. I should have turned off the game. I really should have. I jumped onto my character and started racing, thinking I could maybe salvage dignity. That lasted approximately 3 seconds. Because of course they bumped me off the first platform. Gravity does not discriminate. My pink armor hit the ground. I screamed. Probably not in real life, but in-game. Absolutely. I'm still screaming, my heart pounding, my hands sweating. And this stranger? They're zooming ahead like they just won the Olympics. My chat is now full of emojis I don't even understand. And one of them, probably me, types, "You owe me." "You're welcome," is the response. And at that moment I realized I had just helped a stranger. Gotten wrecked, and somehow I'm the one being thanked? Only in gaming, folks. Only in gaming. I took a deep breath and tried to log off. But no, the universe wasn't done with me yet. Suddenly I got a friend request. The username? ChaosQueen42. I stared at it for a solid 10 seconds. And then, of course, I clicked accept. Because of course I did. And that's how my chill night turned into a full-blown adventure. With a total stranger I had helped, sort of, and also almost killed accidentally. I didn't know it yet, but this was just the beginning. So after accepting the friend request from ChaosQueen42, I figured maybe things would calm down. Maybe we'd team up properly, share some laughs, and I could finally finish my chill gaming night. Yeah, no. We got thrown, again, don't ask me how, into another mini-game. This one was a running obstacle course. You know the type. Moving platforms, swinging hammers, collapsing bridges, lava pits. My heart was already racing from the last disaster. But apparently the universe wanted me to experience fear in high definition. I glanced at the stranger's character. They were already sprinting ahead like some kind of pixelated cheetah. Naturally, I tried to keep up. But my character had this graceful, running animation that looked like a cross between a penguin on roller skates and a toddler learning to walk. The instant I hit the first moving platform, I fell, dramatically, of course. "Wow, you're slow?" Typed ChaosQueen42 in chat, along with a laughing emoji. I tried to type back, but my hands were shaking so badly that I accidentally hit wave instead of what the heck. My character waved midair as I fell into the lava. I respawned, furious but determined. This time I plotted a careful route. Avoid left, jump over center, don't even think about right. I thought I had it. I thought I was finally going to win. And then, mid-jump, ChaosQueen42 comes flying out of nowhere. Slams into me, and I tumble off the platform again. I couldn't believe this. Literally, my own ally was sabotaging me. I typed furiously in chat, "You are literally evil." And their response? "It's called strategy." At this point, I realized something. This wasn't just a simple help a stranger scenario anymore. This was survival of the fittest pixel edition. Next, we somehow got transported, again. The game logic makes zero sense to a collect all the coins challenge in a running game. Picture it, I'm dodging swinging axes, jumping over lava, trying to grab shiny coins, and every time I think I've got a smooth path, Chaos Queen 42 does something absurd. Sometimes they'd bump me into lava. Sometimes they'd grab coins right in front of me just to laugh. I couldn't even be mad. It was too ridiculous. "I swear, I'm going to remember this," I typed. My character jumped, rolled, and dodged like a pro. But then, oh no, they threw a random power-up in my direction. I wasn't ready. My character was flung into a wall and spun like a windmill. I gasped. Then I laughed. Then I gasped again. Honestly, the emotional roller coaster was exhausting. Finally, we made it to a checkpoint together. Panting, laughing, cursing, and waving at each other in-game. I tried to explain. "I don't know if I can trust you. But fine, let's survive this." And Chaos Queen 42? Trust me? That's boring. Let's make it fun. And of course, fun cures chaos. Next minigame? Racing on hoverboards through a floating city. I don't know why. Maybe it was the game wants you to suffer. I jumped on my hoverboard ready to show off my mad skills. My character zoomed forward. And immediately hit a wall. I bounced backward like a pinball, spinning, arms flailing. And Chaos Queen 42 zoomed past, waving. I started shouting, well, typing furiously in chat, "Stop waving and help me!" My fingers were shaking so badly that I accidentally typed "stop washing" instead. They laughed. Oh, they laughed so much. Then, just when I thought it couldn't get worse, a random NPC appeared. Like an actual villain character I wasn't expecting. They lunged at my character and I panicked. I jumped, but in doing so, I accidentally knocked Chaos Queen 42 off their hoverboard. They screamed in chat, "No!" We were both flailing, spinning, trying not to die. I gasped. I literally can't believe this is happening. They responded, "I told you it'd be fun." The hoverboard level went on for what felt like hours. Every jump, every turn, every little flick of the joystick, something insane happened. Lava pits appeared, coins flew everywhere, NPCs threw attacks, and Chaos Queen 42 kept somehow managing to sabotage me and help me at the same time. I didn't understand it. I'm still trying to understand it. Finally, we hit the finish line. My hoverboard exploded on impact. My character face planted dramatically. And Chaos Queen 42 won, of course. They were dancing on the virtual podium while I lay there, exhausted, angry, and laughing all at the same time. "You owe me," I typed, panting. "You're welcome," came the inevitable reply. At this point, I realized two things. One, I was officially addicted. Two, I had no idea what I had just agreed to by accepting that friend request. Little did I know, the next challenge would make the hoverboard chaos look like a gentle stroll in the park. Just when I thought the hoverboard race was the peak of insanity, the game laughed in my face. Because, of course, it wasn't done. Nope. We got tossed. Don't ask me. How into a multi-game mashup arena. Imagine running games, obstacle courses, and puzzle minigames all combined into one chaotic level. I swear the game had it out for me. Chaos Queen 42 was already there. Zooming through the first obstacle course like they were born for this. Me? I was midair, flailing like a confused cat after trying to grab a power-up. My heart was pounding, my fingers were shaking, and my pink armor absolutely destroyed from the previous disasters. I muttered under my breath, "Okay, we can do this. Just survive. Just survive." The first challenge, dodging swinging axes while collecting coins. Simple, right? Nope. I jumped too early, hit an axe, flew backward, and landed in a slime pit. Gross. My character's legs were stuck, wiggling helplessly. And of course, Chaos Queen 42 zooms past, laughing hysterically. "Need a hand?" They typed. I shook my head in real life. "No, I need a miracle." I struggled out of the slime pit and sprinted toward the next obstacle. Collapsing bridges. I had this elaborate plan in my head. Jump, dash, dodge, slide. Perfect. Except as soon as I landed, the bridge crumbled under me. I fell into a mini lake of lava, again. At this point, I wasn't panicking. I was exhausted but laughing so hard I could barely breathe. Then came the worst part. Chaos Queen 42, my so-called ally, decided to help me. They threw a power-up my way, but instead of saving me, it somehow launched me backwards into a giant spinning saw. I screamed in chat, "What the heck?" Their reply, "Oops." I couldn't believe this. Literally couldn't. Every time I thought I had a moment of peace, something insane happened. But somehow, it was addictive. The chaos, the ridiculous fails, the constant yelling in chat. It was like a video game. Version of a roller coaster that also insulted you the entire ride. Next, we reached a minigame that involved running while balancing an enormous floating object above our heads. And of course, Chaos Queen 42 intentionally bumped me, making me wobble dangerously. I wobbled, panicked, and somehow, don't ask me how, I managed to stay upright. But then a rogue NPC appeared, lunged at me, and I dropped the floating object. Smack, right on the head of Chaos Queen 42. "OMG," they typed. "What?" We both stared at each other's avatars, stunned. My character's hair was a mess. Their character was spinning uncontrollably. And in real life, I was laughing so hard I cried. By this point, we had somehow made it through half the arena. The next section was even worse, a running race with deadly obstacles. In the dark. Yes, dark. I swear the game designers were sadistic. The platforms were barely visible. Spikes appeared out of nowhere, and random NPCs were dropping bombs everywhere. I sprinted, jumped, slid, and cursed under my breath. Chaos Queen 42 was zooming ahead, laughing the entire time. I tried to cut them off just for fun, and accidentally flung myself into a pit. Again, my character flailed wildly. My headset mic probably picked up a combination of screaming and giggling that made zero sense. Then things got unexpectedly dramatic. A mystery chest appeared in the middle of the arena. Golden glow, magical aura, all that cinematic stuff. I ran toward it, thinking maybe this was my redemption moment. And just as I reached out, bam! Chaos Queen 42 used a power-up to grab it first. My hand hovered over the keyboard in disbelief. You thief! I typed. They replied instantly, it's all part of the strategy. I couldn't even. Finally, we reached the final obstacle. A giant platform suspended over lava with swinging hammers, moving walls and a timed collapsing path. My palms were sweating. My heart was racing. I could barely think, but I did it. I jumped, dodged, slid, and somehow miraculously landed safely on the platform. Chaos Queen 42 landed next to me clapping. Or laughing. Hard to tell the difference. I typed, we survived. Somehow. Their reply? Barely. And just as we were celebrating, the final twist dropped. The arena started collapsing. Lava rising, walls crumbling, NPCs everywhere. And guess what? We were trapped. Together. I stared at Chaos Queen 42's avatar, mentally preparing myself for one last chaotic disaster. I couldn't believe this was my life right now. My so-called chill gaming night had turned into a full-blown adventure. And I was addicted. Somehow, in the middle of chaos, lava, flying NPCs, and ridiculous stunts, I was having the best night ever. I typed in chat, I swear we are the worst and best team ever. Their reply, agreed, but trust me. Next level is even crazier. I gasped. Next level? I didn't know what horrors awaited, but I knew one thing. I was not leaving, not now, not ever. So there we were, trapped on the crumbling platform above a pit of lava, dodging swinging hammers, moving walls, and exploding NPCs. And I thought to myself, this has to be the last level. It just has to be. Ha, silly me. Chaos Queen 42 looked completely unbothered. I, on the other hand, was sweating bullets. My pink armor was scratched, my hair in-game sticking straight up like a cartoon, and my fingers were trembling so badly I could barely press the keys. But I refused to die, not yet. Not after surviving slime pits, collapsing bridges, hoverboards, and literally being launched into walls. The first obstacle, swinging hammers. My character dodged left, then right, then somehow looped in midair and slammed into a wall. Classic. Chaos Queen. 42 zoomed past effortlessly, laughing so hard I could hear the typing. You're actually hilarious. I typed back furiously. I hate you so much. Next, a moving wall appeared, creeping toward me like it had a vendetta. I jumped, slid, ducked, and somehow hit it with my back. My character bounced off dramatically and fell toward the lava. But wait! A springboard appeared under me at the last second, catapulting me up. I screamed in chat. What? How? Chaos Queen 42's avatar was already on the next platform, waving mockingly. You're welcome. I flailed midair, trying to regain balance. But a rogue NPC appeared, swinging a giant hammer. I dodged, then tripped on a tiny pixel of debris. My character somersaulted like a gymnast, except it looked terrifying. I typed, I am literally going to die. Then something insane happened. Chaos Queen 42 threw a random power-up at me, not to save me, but to send me flying into the giant spinning gears that were randomly appearing across the platform. I screamed, I spun, I flipped. I landed on another platform. Upside down, somehow. I swear this is illegal, typed Chaos Queen 42. I stared at the screen. They were grinning, in-game, laughing, typing nonsense that somehow made me simultaneously mad and hysterical. Next challenge, a narrow bridge over a pit of lava with rotating axes. I thought, okay, just calm down. One step at a time. You've got this. And then Chaos Queen 42 zoomed past and clipped me. I wobbled, teetered, almost fell, but landed just in time. My hands were shaking so much I dropped my controller. Metaphorically, well, not literally. And my character did a ridiculous flailing arms panic dance animation. OMG, I typed. Why are you like this? Because it's fun. I couldn't even. Then the final boss appeared. A giant lava monster with spinning arms, fire attacks, and the worst AI I've ever seen. I had to dodge, jump, and attack it while staying on the collapsing platforms. And Chaos Queen 42? They were somehow using a cheat power-up to bounce over the monster, grabbing coins while laughing at my struggles. I typed furiously, I hate you. I literally hate you. And then the monster lunged at me. I jumped just in time only to get slammed into a wall again. My character's limbs flailed like noodles. Chaos Queen 42 zoomed past, landing perfectly on a tiny safe platform and waved at me. You're welcome. I couldn't even, finally, after what felt like hours but was probably 10 minutes. I made it to the last platform. The lava monster exploded in a spectacular fireball. My character collapsed dramatically, panting, arms sprawled. Chaos Queen 42 landed next to me, spinning and dancing. I typed, "We survived them barely." "Barely," they replied. I was exhausted, mentally drained. My fingers ached, but somehow, I was laughing so hard it hurt. The ridiculousness of the night. The chaos, the flops, the flails, the accidental attacks, I couldn't believe it. And somehow, in the middle of all this madness, we had actually survived together. Then the twist came. The final platform started moving. Slowly at first, then faster, like it was alive. Lava started rising again. NPCs were spawning everywhere. And in the distance, a giant portal appeared. Bright light, spinning rings, dramatic music. And Chaos Queen 42 typed in chat, "Ready for the next level?" I stared at the screen. "Next level?" I typed disbelief in every letter. They replied instantly, "Yep, but trust me. You'll thank me later." I took a deep breath. This was officially the point of no return. And I knew one thing for certain. Whatever happened next, it would be chaos. And I was totally addicted. I stared at the spinning portal in front of me. Heart hammering so hard I was pretty sure my pink-armored avatar's chest would explode first. Chaos Queen 42 bounced excitedly next to me, typing, "Ready? It's time for the ultimate chaos." I swallowed. My hands were shaking, fingers twitching over the keyboard. "Ultimate chaos?" I typed back. I didn't even know what that meant, but I had a feeling I wasn't going to like it. The moment I stepped into the portal, everything changed. The world shifted into a neon nightmare of floating platforms, laser beams, rotating gears, and random explosions. There were mini-games on top of mini-games. Running, jumping, dodging, and puzzle solving all at once. And Chaos Queen 42, already halfway across the arena, waving like it was a stroll in the park. I muttered under my breath, "Okay, survival mode. Just survive." The first obstacle was a spinning laser grid. My character dashed, jumped, and somehow, don't ask me how, landed perfectly between the lasers. I gasped, my fingers were trembling. I typed, "I am a legend." Chaos Queen 42 zoomed past, waving mockingly. "You're getting there." Next, floating platforms started collapsing under my feet. I sprinted, jumped, and did a ridiculous mid-air flip to land on the next one. My avatar flailed dramatically, arms spinning like helicopter blades. I landed just in time, barely. Suddenly, a surprise mini-boss appeared. A giant floating robot with laser eyes and rocket fists. It charged at me and I panicked, jumping into the air. Straight into Chaos Queen 42. We collided. Spun, and somehow bounced into a lava pit. My avatar flailed. Chaos Queen 42's avatar flailed. And I swear, it looked like synchronized swimming gone horribly wrong. "You're insane," typed Chaos Queen 42, laughing. I typed back, "No, you're insane. And I still hate you." We scrambled out of the lava, hearts racing. And just when I thought we were safe, a barrage of random projectiles appeared. Fireballs, bouncing bombs, floating anvils, and some kind of giant rubber chickens. I don't even know where the rubber chickens came from. I screamed in chat, "What is happening?" Chaos Queen 42 laughed hysterically. "Everything?" At one point, my character grabbed a rocket pack power-up. I soared over a pit of lava, dodged lasers, and thought, okay, maybe this is finally my moment to shine. And then Chaos Queen 42 threw a banana peel. Yes, a banana peel, mid-flight. I slipped. I spun. I flew straight into a swinging gear. My avatar exploded in sparks. I gasped. I typed, "I literally cannot." I literally cannot. Chaos Queen 42 zoomed past, waving and dancing. "You're welcome." Finally, after what felt like an eternity of chaos, we reached the final platform. It was enormous, glowing with neon light. Surrounded by lava, spinning gears, lasers, and confetti for some reason. I collapsed on it dramatically, breathing hard. My fingers were numb. My brain was fried. And then, the final twist. The platform began rising. Slowly at first, then faster, like it was launching us into space. The lava below boiled furiously, NPCs exploded around us, and lasers cut through the air like insane disco lights. Chaos Queen 42 spun in place, waving, ready for the ultimate finish. I stared at them wide-eyed. Ultimate finish? The portal behind us opened again, swirling like a vortex. My mind screamed, do I jump? Do I stay? Am I about to die in a video game? And then, out of nowhere, a giant cannon appeared. A cannon, shooting rockets. I screamed in chat, I did not sign up for this! Chaos Queen 42 zoomed forward, waving frantically. Trust me. I jumped, dodged, flailed, and somehow landed perfectly on a rocket booster. My avatar shot into the portal, spinning, flipping, and screaming. Chaos Queen 42 followed, doing flips and waving. We flew through the vortex, lasers zipping past, NPCs exploding. Confetti everywhere, and then blackness. I blinked. The game had frozen. My heart was pounding. My fingers were shaking. I typed in chat, is this over? And Chaos Queen 42's reply made me scream, half laughing, half crying. Not even close. The screen flashed. New level loading. I froze. Next level? I couldn't believe this. Literally couldn't. But you know what? I didn't want to leave. I was hooked. The chaos, the drama, the laughs, the flops, the flails, I wanted it all. And apparently Chaos Queen 42 did too. I took a deep breath, gritted my teeth, and typed, fine, let's do this. But you better not throw any more bananas. No promises. And that, my friends, is how my chill night turned into the wildest, funniest, most chaotic gaming adventure of my life. I couldn't believe this. I still can't, and somehow, I'm ready for more.